That's probably what would have happened. It's like, fuck, I walked into the wrong cinema. Shit.
Well, then in other comic related news, Nag Magazine this month, they've got a Superior Iron Man. You guys see it there? We were just talking about the suit for Superior Spider-Man earlier, and I love the suit. It's awesome. It's different. I like the white and blue.
It's the face cover.
It's really, really awesome. So yeah, face cover will come on. They gotta show Tony Stark. Gotta pull in the ladies. Superior Iron Man. Looking forward to that. Want to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of I like Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He's a really awesome
Yes.
actor, and he plays like they couldn't have chosen a better person to play Tony Stark, in my opinion.
I agree.
But now,
Straight.
if Civil War plays out the way it does, man, I tell you what, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, is probably going to be the coolest character that comes out of that. If they can do it
Yes.
in one movie, that's what I'm worried about.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who's actually going to read the comics
Spoil the
of
crap
Civil
out of
War.
me.
Yeah, you gotta
But,
go read the.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
go read the.
He,
Spoil it for me. I want to know.
he's
Yeah,
the
you
guy
gotta-
that
you gotta go
defies
read-
everyone. And yeah,
Yes.
he's just really, really cool. Like Captain America goes,
What?
fuck you, and he just goes against
Yeah.
the grain. Very, very cool. Just to put it lightly.
Of the Avengers or of other people?
Everyone,
Well,
really?
of everyone, yeah.
He just says F you Marvel and that's it.
Well, yeah, in a way.
No, just
Okay.
yeah.
Is he a
It's
bad
like
guy then?
if you-
No.
No, it's like if you ever's in charge making up the shit that I don't want to agree with.
Exactly.
Oh,
That type
okay.
of shit.
So Nick Fury, he's giving the finger to Nick Fury.
Pretty much, yeah. To everyone.
No.
To Shield.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
The Shield. Okay.
To
Yep.
Shield, yeah.
Shield, yes, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we
Very,
spoiled
very
it for everyone.
Yep, pretty
That's
much.
good.
And he's
Sorry.
awesome. And he's awesome. And if I have to spoil one thing, he fucking punches the lights out of Punisher. He's like, "Hey, Punisher!" Poof.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
guy. The lights.
Yeah, that was actually
far
oh
out
man,
then.
that series. If you haven't seen, okay, let me just do a quick shout out to Civil War. If you have not read the Civil War comics, do yourself a goddamn favor and go read those comics because they're probably some of the best comics that you can get. Some of the best series of comics that you can actually get.
Yep.
That is a fantastic series of comics. And on that note,
if I've
I'm just
never
going
read-
to quickly go out for a second. Sorry, you guys carry on with the chat.
Yeah, if you can't read, if you can't read, go and learn to fucking read. Don't just watch the pictures. Read, so you can actually read. That you learn to read, just
Okay,
not to
JP.
read.
I have
Civil
a question
War.
for you.
Yes.
If I haven't read any comic books, okay, and I need to start
Yes.
building a collection for my son, okay,
Yes.
because that's what I'm gonna teach him to read with, basically.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the best, other than Civil War, would be the best comics to get as a series?
Civil War. Yes, Civil War. Awesome. It's very dark though, so you might have to curb and explain and read
Okay,
with
yeah.
him. But if I could give you some, you remember what we were talking about last week, right?
Yep.
The new series starting from Marvel,
Yep.
like the end of the Marvel.
Yep.
So if you want to be smart, you start getting him those now, while they're like $40-$50 for a comic. Because in a few years' time from now, those are those first editions, those first releases, the part of the first release batch, that is going to be worth quite a bit. So it's not just going to be a collection. It's actually going to be a collection that's worth something.
He's not going to look after them, so there's no.
No, you're going to look after
No.
them. So yeah, Civil War is awesome. But what I would do is I would get him like some of the main characters. So get him some of the Avengers. So get him Iron Man, get him Thor. Get him all Spider-Man. Get all those things. Let him just get to know the characters, because Civil War. The reason Civil War is so good is because you identify with those characters. So when you see what Cap does and
Exactly
what Tony
right.
Stark does, it just blows your mind, because it's like such a twist in their main character space, the main writing space. So it's like they took them and they said, let's make them the best and the worst that they could possibly be, and see how people react to this. And it was it's ridiculous. And the thing with Cap is, no matter what he felt, no matter the strife that he went through, the pure let's just call it the pureness of what he is, of who he is. That old school Captain America was still there, and he stuck by it. No matter what he had to do to get to the end and be the victor, he still kept to his basic morals and values. So it's just, it's really, really good.
Exactly that. Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'll check it out. Tay Sean just said, did you know the Punisher has a comic with Eminem?
Wow, I did not know that.
I did. I've seen that. Okay, let's just say I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on the internet, in passing by, going and stuff. So I saw something like that. I've never read it or anything, but I have seen something with like Punisher and Eminem on the same.
Do you think that changes Captain America punching him in the face? Is that the reason why Captain America punched him in the face? Let me ask that question. Punisher started hanging out with Eminem, and Captain America was like, nope.
Tayshawn,
Guess back again.
Did
Punisher
you know
and his friends
that Eminem is going to be on the show next week?
Huh? I did not know. And now I feel very silly for making that comment.
He is Sumerian.
I'm kidding.
He's red and brown, and he's got a chewy brown center. I can't find him right now.
Did you guys know that Eminem is gay? I saw that in the movie, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, wow.
I think he came out on the movie The Interview.
Yes. So you're talking about The Interview.
Yeah. Sorry. It's not real. I'm only kidding.
I gotta say though, like with everything that's happening, especially with Secret Wars now, I'm pretty fucking excited. I'm hoping that Secret War reaches the heights and the lows that Civil War reached, because if it does, it's just gonna be an insane time for comic books. I can't wait.
Agreed.
That was not an that was off Eminem now.
Okay.
Matthew.
Is there any more to the comic book stuff?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. Carry on, Matthew. You.
No. Yeah, he does realize that Eminem tweeted that he's gay, so it's all good.
Maddie. What?
Yeah, sorry, Craig.
Move us along. Let's see what else do we have. What other topics?
I don't have the list in front of me, so you need to introduce me.
Okay, fair enough. Game of Thrones new trailer, season 5 trailer has just been released, and what do we think about that? What we have? First of all, who's a fan of Game of Thrones here?
Well, yeah,
everybody.
Everybody, okay.
No, not everybody. I used to be a fan, and I don't know why, but it's like I watch a series, and then season 1's awesome, season 2 fucking awesome, season 3 is fucking awesome. Then I get to season 4, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this again. I don't know if I can do this with the same series again. Except for Arrow. Arrow, I've been watching like a maniac. But
season 4 was insane, dude.
I'd say season 4 was probably
one of
the best.
best
I
seasons
didn't
ever.
watch it. I didn't get into it because I was like out of it, Maybe it's because I watch it all at once. I don't like watching it episodically, so I watch it all at once. Maybe that ruined it for me. But the only reason I currently watch Game of Thrones is because of Daenerys.
Yeah.
Daenerys.
I'm physically and angrily upset with you. How can you not like Game of Thrones?
Fine.
There's something wrong with you at the core.
I don't like it. I just said I don't want to watch it anymore. It's not like I went out and I'm like, oh god, the new trailers here.
Tayshawn agrees with you, JP.
Yeah, you've got a buddy there. He doesn't think it's overrated.
He agrees.
I'm extremely excited about it. The guy that writes it, his wife was on Conan O'Brien.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Conan O'Brien. If you didn't know, and when he was first writing it, she went up to him and said, "This is rubbish. Like no one's gonna watch this," and she wasn't a fan at all. And until she started seeing the show and everything, and now she actually avoids her husband, so he can't tell her what's happening in the story, and so she can see it with the rest of us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It absolutely looks like a what's his name? Tynarius? How do you say it?
Tyrion. No, not Tyrion.
Tyrion. Tynarius. I'm getting two names confused here.
Tynarius.
Tynarius Stormwater Mountain Fountain.
Tyrael survives, and he's going to be in the new season, which is I'm very excited for.
Yeah, that's probably the only.
That's
probably the only reason why I watched the new season is because of Tyrion Lannister, and also in the trailer. I don't know if you guys saw the red. What is the Red Queen? The red. What's her name? The Red Lady. The whatever.
Yep.
She starts slowly like taking her gown off. That's also one of the reasons why I would stay watching it.
Did you guys see how I did that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's on episode 1. I don't think that's this season.
Then he can cut it out.
Yeah, I hope not. That'd be terrible.
Yes. No, but no, I'm really looking forward to it. I like the acting in it. I like the quality that it's recorded in. I like A-grade quality shows. I like shows that are recorded well and done well. And The Walking Dead does that. And Walking Dead. Game of Thrones does that. I'm reading Tayshawn calling The Walking Dead overrated.
Okay, so gun to your head. What do you pick? Jason, starting with you. Walking Dead or Game of Thrones? Go.
That's a tough question. That's a very tough question.
Gun loaded, Desert Eagle, gold plated to your head.
It's about to go off, Jason.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with The Walking Dead.
I agree.
Probably
Entirely.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. You guys are wrong.
You're gonna go Walking Dead?
I don't go with. I don't go with both of them because I don't watch both of them anymore.
I don't watch The Walking Dead either.
No, I got more than this. I got
What do you
more than
watch?
this. Okay, that policeman and his little boy just fucking started irritating me. I got irritated. I'm like, sort your shit out, man.
He just gets home.
Smack him up the head and don't stop me,
JP just gets home and starts watching reruns of The Shield. He's like, this is as good as it got. This is as good as it got.
I enjoy shows that keep my attention. Unfortunately, those two just started irritating me after a while, and I didn't want to watch them anymore. It's like with Grimm. I didn't take Craig's advice. I downloaded fucking 3 series and the 4th series halfway. I got through the 1st series, started the 2nd series. So I'm like, no, I can't watch this shit anymore. It's not that it's shit. I just can't watch it anymore. I'm bored with it, so I don't watch it.
Grimm is pretty
Arrow,
bad though.
Yeah, Grimm's a bad show. My wife watched that, and I couldn't even sit through one episode.
The thing with Arrow is I didn't watch it straight from the start. I didn't get into it, and then I said, okay, sweet, let me see it. It's comic book hero. So I got season 1 and 2, and I watched season 1 and 2, and I was like, whoa, this is really bloody good. Season 3 started, and I'm still hooked. It still interests me. There's still interesting things that happen, and maybe it's a little more because it's comic book related. So because I'm a comic book fan, I find more interested. But it just keeps my interest a lot longer than what those others did. I'm not interested in them anymore. Maybe later, but not now.
Okay, so gun to your head.
Walking Dead or Game of Thrones? Buddy.
Come on, buddy, you
have to watch.
Gotta pick one. Gotta pick one.
You're in hell for the rest of your life, and you can watch that series.
Walking Dead because of the fantasy element.
No!
Ugh, not Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Game
Okay.
of Thrones. Fantasy element.
I take it back. No,
because Game of Thrones, I like the fancy elements. So I like the dragons, I like the ninjas, I like the White Walkers. So that's awesome.
White Walkers are fucking cool, I say.
Yeah,
White
but
Walkers
then
must demolish everything, and I'll be happy.
But basically, choosing Game of Thrones is almost choosing Walking Dead because you got White Walkers and you got Dead Walkers. So they're walkers. They're both fucking walkers, right?
The difference is though, The Walking Dead. There's no other zombie related thing that has ever done zombies in that kind of detail.
Yeah, agreed.
Ever.
And killing zombies. Man.
And that's what makes it so awesome.
My favorite.
Everything is just the way it would be. If there was a zombie apocalypse, it would most probably be that brutal and that harsh to survive. Which is awesome.
Of course.
To be honest, I watched those deaths. And I've been watching horror movies since I was 3 years old. And I've been watching horror movies. I love horror movies. Really do. I love the more gore, the better. B-rated horror movies, even C-rated horror movies, I watch them. I really enjoy them. And when a person gets killed in Walking Dead, I laugh. I laugh because to me, it's really funny. My wife thinks there's something wrong with me. But I think that is the funniest shit. And I've never seen, other than Dawn of the Dead, obviously, Dawn of the Dead being my favorite zombie movie of all time, the new one, the remake. And
Yes.
the way they kill those zombies and the effects that they have are top class, man. That is just fantastic. It's so awesome. It really is.
It is. It is the best.
Well, like I said, I didn't say they're terrible. They're very good production quality. They got their storylines. I just got bored.
Yeah.
I can't help getting bored with
Fair
them.
enough.
So
Fair enough.
that's the only reason. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't sit down and watch. Lee watches that shit. I'll sit and watch it with her all the time. You know, not because she beats me, because she wants me to do it. So I'll sit and I'll watch it with her. It's like Vampire fucking Diaries. I hate Vampire Diaries. But I'll have to watch it with my wife when she wants to watch it. It's spending quality time with your wife. You know? So gotta do that shit. When you're married, spend time with your wife, or she will not let you play games. Don't worry about your mom and dad when you're small. Worry about your wife when you're married.
Sally Nubasaur.
Sorry.
Sally Nubasaur says we got all the accents up in this crib. What? Yeah. Yep. You've got a slightly Afrikaans sort of English accent happening there. Jason has got a very sort of like I don't
Jewish
English Jewish accent.
Basically, Jew.
Matt's got a very sort of Aussie accent, and me, I think I watch too much TV because everyone here tells me that I sound Irish, Scottish. I sound like a Canadian.
Like everyone.
I've been called everyone. Well, I've been called everything but South African or Australian. I sound like apparently like someone that's come out of like a dog kennel in the SPCA. Anyway, carry on.
How far did we get here? Because am I allowed to give my answer for Game of Thrones or Walking Dead?
Yeah. Go ahead. You're
Okay.
next.
Okay. Game of Thrones. I think Walking Dead's a very well done show. It's an A-grade quality show in my books. People that saying it's overrated, I think it's the story's gotten a little bit stale because everyone just wants them to find a camp, and that's actually fine and everything. But I like that they're dragging it on. I want to see more of it. But Game of Thrones, I have to see what happens. I'm not one of those people like I've read all the books or whatever. I haven't. I just want to see what happens. So I'm really excited to see where they go with it. Like I want to see what happens with that big monster that's been poisoned. What with the big monster, the big giant man that got hit by the Viper's sword, and like what happens with the wall and
not him. Jason.
Yeah, all
the other one.
Oh, not him. Okay, then I don't fucking know.
all that stuff excites me. So, yeah, that's I had to pick Game of Thrones.
Fair enough. Cool. So there's 2 Game of Thrones and 2 Walking Dead. Obviously,
Walking Dead's still a fantastic show. It's one of my favorites.
So Tayshawn, butchering your name again. I don't think you would see a black woman samurai that is chained up to zombies as sex slaves. Well, buddy, let me tell you, they are not sex slaves. If you watched season 5, you'll know that they're just there to protect us, so she can disguise herself in between them, and cut the rest of them up. So it's actually pretty cool, I must say. It's pretty dynamic. I'm the only American here because America is the best ever. Okay, well,
America.
You're from America. That's
Fantastic,
awesome.
dude.
I like Sally.
The actress with the the actress with the 2 chained up zombies. It was really funny because when they brought her into the show and everything, there was a big uproar in South Africa, and everyone, I was like, why? It's like, oh, cause she's from Zimbabwe. And I'm like, so why the fuck's there uproar in South Africa when she's from freaking Zimbabwe, which is another country?
Because people think it's the same thing.
They're neighbors, but.
If you ask anyone all over the world, it's the same thing. Heisen says, what kind of beer are you drinking? Heisen, Aussie Matt is drinking the Flying Fish. Hold it up there, Aussie Matt.
I just did.
You did?
Flying Fish. Yeah.
Flying Fish.
I'm having Carlsberg. It's the best beer in the world.
I'm drinking this. This is the best beer in the world. Awesome.
Bon Aqua. Water
it's so
filter.
still.
It comes in a bottle that's bigger than my head. Woo!
It's so good they call it still.
Yeah, but it's still. When you drink it, you become still.
Are you still drinking it? Ha! No. Okay.
No.
It's terrible. Okay.
No,
fine.
it's-
So anyway, but it's funny because South Africans do that. You'll hear
This-
like there's this person
So-
whose family moved from South Africa to another country. She was born in that country. She just did something fantastic, and then we're all like, "Yes, she's from South Africa. We claim that bitch." You know, it's like, no.
She's ours.
It's, yeah, she's not ours, you know, and that's an ugly word to use. She's not ours. It's not a way to relate to a lady. She's actually from that country. And then you're like, no, she's not. She's South African, so it's awesome. No, her parents are South African.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just we just love claiming shit. We claim everything. I'm
Oh, sorry.
sure if we had a big enough army, we would claim the whole entire world. You know, like
I'm
some
sure.
man.
I'm sure Craig didn't mean that, Tayshawn.
Sorry, yep. I apologize for that. Nightbot just deleted your cat's
Everything.
message.
Um,
I apologize for
I'm,
that.
drinking,
sorry.
I'm drinking Flying Fish. It's actually a new beer that I'm trying or tried.
Why would you do that, Craig?
I didn't. Nightbot did.
Craig didn't do it. Flying
that
Fish
is
is a lemon infused beer, and I've drank Budweiser before. I had some brought back for me from my parents, and I wanted to try it out. I drank Budweiser Light and the blue one and the red one, and they weren't bad. But Flying Fish is a lemon infused beer. It actually tastes insanely awesome, and I can just keep drinking it all day. It's a beer like normally beers I have to go drink like 10 of them, and then I need to move on to like a whiskey or a bourbon or something. Whereas Flying Fish, I can just keep drinking and drinking and drinking. I never have to stop, so it doesn't make
It's
me
like
bloated.
a
And
pink drink.
yeah, it's literally tastes delicious. It's a premium flavored beer.
If it doesn't taste like beer, it's not beer.
Try and go to an import store and find Flying Fish. Trust me.
Unlike Aussie Matt, I'm drinking a real beer. It's called it's called
There
Carlsberg.
we go.
I'm sure you may have heard of it. It tastes like beer, and
Oh,
doesn't
and it
taste
just
like
so
pickles
happens
in
to
your
be the best goddamn beer you've ever had in your life. It's delicious. I would drink this. In fact, I have. If you've heard of the Carlsberg Elephant, it is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 7.4% alcoholic beer. It is a showstopper. I've shared a case with a friend, and and finished some normal Carlsberg. Had a fantastic night. We won't go into where I ended up, but it was a great night. It was a really good night.
Like lying in the road somewhere.
Something like that.
I've tried a lot of beers in my time, and this is one of the nice ones.
That's because it's not beer.
No. My man card is still definitely intact. And Jason, shut the fuck up. It is delicious. It's just I love beer. But
If
yeah.
that's beer, then so is Hunters, and
I-
that's not beer.
I was a 2 years extra dry drinker, Sally. 2 years extra dry. Ted's were my favorite drink before I left South Africa. Before I left Australia. And my parents actually own hotels in
Hyzen,
Queensland.
thanks for the follow.
And we had a 2 years extra dry on tap. And yeah, there's nothing quite like 2 years extra dry, but this has to do while I'm in
There we
South
go.
Africa.
Here you go, Jason. Flex those muscles.
So-
Flex them.
Show
Show us
up
the
my
hole.
shoulder today. It's broken.
Okay, you might have a script, but what's your guys' take on console shooters? I'm gonna let Jason take care of this one.
Yeah, Jason, take this one away. Take it away, Jason.
Console
He's
shooters.
our,
Well, you guys like your PC stuff, and I don't.
There is nothing on the wall to back you up on this one, brother.
So Jason's
What's he doing?
talking to a ghost.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
yes, you can
so
get
that
my bed now.
yeah. So I play Call of Duty played it on PS3 and PS4. Actually sold it the other day because my internet's too shit to play it, so it's gone now. No more Call of Duty on PS4. It's gone. But
just
yeah,
play
I
on
can't
PC.
play. I can't play shooters on PC. I don't know how you guys use these things, this mouse thing to play games. It just doesn't work. Let's call it control. That's what made it. So, this thing is for clicking on windows and playing videos and maybe strategy games, and that's about it.
No, Jason would play StarCraft with a controller if he could just macro
no,
bend.
you can't. That's just. You'll die. You'll still be building your first units, and like they'll come with an army. You'll be like, "Oh fuck, how long's it been? Oh, you've been playing like 6 minutes. You're still trying to click on your command center to build some SCVs."
Well, yeah. Like I'm the complete opposite end of that, where mouse is absolute king and consoles are rubbish for shooters. Like it's not even a question. Like if you want to be good at a shooter, you have to play it on PC.
Well, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Having a bit of background on Jason, because I've known him for a very long time. Jason came to a LAN, right? We were all playing on PC, and we were all playing Call of Duty. And we had a really good guy called Vaughn that played with us. He beat everyone. So we all played, and we all played in my living room. And Jason rocked up and with his PC, and he plugged his controller into his PC, and he beat all of us with his controller plugged into his PC. So that's saying
You guys
something.
were absolutely rubbish. Then.
Well, there's either that.
And then he did something. He did something fucking fantastic. He plugged out his controller, and he beat the shits out of you with that same controller. Because that's how bad the rest of us are.
Well, I must say it was neck and neck with you and Vaughn. But it was very good. Like it was very good. It was pretty impressive. I was just like, well, fuck Call of Duty. Let's play some Dawn of War, and then I'll slaughter you old bitches. And then I didn't.
Do you guys find that funny where everyone had their own game? Like whenever you had your friends get together, whether it be console or PCs, where everyone would have their game that they would win at. Like that would be their favorite game because that's the one they won. Yeah,
That's true.
Mine back in the day, PS2 day, was Def Jam Fight for New York. I was friggin' king at that game. Can't play any other fighter, but put me in front of that shit and I'll finish you. I'll have my ass goes.
Well, JP, there's one person who I know you wouldn't beat at that game. And his name is Moshe.
Right.
Moshe's like an animal.
Don't play
That
that.
guy's
He's like, here's my second control. You're like, you know what? Not actually in the mood for that. Here's your control back. You keep that. I'll watch you play someone else.
He's such a friendly guy.
Well,
he's such a friendly
in
guy.
Israel now, so he doesn't count.
Yeah, but then when that's the thing, Craig. Moshe doesn't have like I'll be handicapped. Like you can tell him, you know what? I'll choose from the roster you can use, and you'll be like, fuck, now I'm gonna kick his ass, and he'll still beat you. Doesn't matter who he uses, he'll still make you look like you know how to play.
It's funny, like I remember sitting with Moshe. I remember playing, like he was like, "Oh, hey, let's play some Marvel vs. Capcom." Or I suggested it, I think, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, cool." Him and Jason were awake at the time, and we were playing. And Moshe would beat me and beat me and beat me and he beat me and he beat me, beat Jason and beat Jason, beat Jason, beat me, and I would sit there and I get pretty upset when I get beaten. But Moshe is such a friendly guy that like you can't get mad at the guy. Like I was just sitting there, somebody beat me, and I'd be like, "Fucking, I don't like when you beat me, but hey man, that's all good,
Craig, do you remember when we were playing and we played all night? What was it? Was it the newer Mortal Kombat?
Yes,
I think you played Mortal Kombat 9.
9, yeah.
Was it 9? 9, yeah. And we played all night. It was like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning we got to, and we were playing 2 versus 2 or whatever. Yep. And I was actually literally falling asleep when it wasn't my turn. I was sitting there. And then I'd get hit as I got tagged in or whatever.
That was a good night.
A couple of games, you got very upset, and I was like, "Dude, chill down. You can win the next one." Like,
I get very upset too. I don't like losing.
Win the next one.
I hate losing, man. I remember the next day.
On PC, you lose.
I made Jason buy Battlefield on computer, And then I told him to plug in an Xbox 360.
Yeah, you can't use the control.
He still wouldn't play with me, so he's shit on PCs.
No, that's because
anyway.
the control doesn't work.
Rubbish.
You use a mouse, and
Rubbish.
you can't aim straight. You just shoot at everything, and hope that you kill shit.
Okay, so
And then half the
Problem, you got
playing with.
pockets, and then you're like,
Yeah, that's pretty much. Generally playing with 200 ping anyway, because we're generally playing with Craig.
Yeah.
So everyone's on like 200 and 300 ping. You're shooting at ghosts.
What were you going to say there, Craig?
I was just saying that Tayshawn said, did you know that the term master race was used by the Nazis originally? I did not know that. But it kind of makes sense now that you say it.
master race.
I think that the
And they're
PC
calling-
master race is stupid. PC isn't perfect. Yes, absolutely right. Now I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit, unpack that box of tricks, that Pandora's box, and say that yes, of course, PC is not perfect. In fact, I've had 2 blue screens today. So
Yeah, your PC upgrade.
exactly right, and I did everything right with gloves and fucking I made sure that I didn't shock
Maybe
anything
it
and all that
didn't.
stuff.
Maybe the problem is that you got Windows 8.1 on there. Maybe that is the problem.
I don't even have
Are we going to
8.1.
Windows 10
Yeah,
soon?
but it's but Craig's right. I mean, like the PC, I won't play a racing game on PC. I won't play a sports game on PC. I'd rather prefer to play it on my PS4. A action RPG type of game, I would play on both of them. Doesn't matter. It just depends on which one I get it on. You know, strategy, you keep that shit to the PC. You don't take that to a console. All right. So I think there's merit in both of them. And I have both of them, and I've always had both of them. So I think it just depends on what mood I'm in. And ever since I got internet and shit a few years ago, it's basically where my friends are currently playing on, so that I could have a chat with them and then actually enjoy the game with someone else and not just on my own. So yeah, I think there's merit in both of them. And yes, PC Master Race is stupid, you know. But then again, in the end, PC with regards to certain things like graphics will always beat the crap out of everything else because you're just able to get technology that you can't get into a console at the point that they're developing the console.
But that's where it bugs me, is that then developers, because more people own consoles than the latest PC or whatever, like development gets taken back. Like everything has to run on a PS4 and an Xbox One now, and so
then they wanna
PC
port
gets held
it.
back. Yeah, so PC gets, and that I hate that. That's
Did you guys see the Unreal 4? Sorry, Matt. Did you guys see the Unreal 4 Paris demo that they did? The Unreal Engine 4
didn't.
Paris demo. Just do yourself a favor and go and Google Unreal 4 Paris demo. It's insane. It is completely insane. I was watching this thing on YouTube.
Hey,
and I'm
Tickle
like, no,
Dick.
this is bullshit. This is
Sorry.
a.
Sorry.
I love
I
that
thought I
name.
meant to let-
Tickle Dick 1 2 3.
That's a name right there.
Can you tickle my dick? 1 2 3. I have to
Both of
see.
them, because I don't watch both of them anymore.
I
Don't.
I didn't watch The Walking Dead either.
No, I got more than this. I got
What do you
more than
watch?
this. Okay, that